Hey guys, a little bit of different upload for me tonight. There won't be any fish catching, but I do have an announcement to make, and that is I started a new media page called Serious Angler. And Serious Angler is designed to shine light on an angler in our fishing community that's doing a lot of good for themselves, but also a lot of good for other people. Um, Basically, giving them recognition and credit where credit is due. So essentially, there's a lot more to it, which I can go into in a little bit. And if you guys have questions, by all means, leave it in the comments, and leave it on my social media, as well as the Serious Angler social media that I will tag into this, which I will get to in a second. But essentially, what I'll be doing is there's a certain category I'll be looking for in these anglers. They're not just somebody who's going out looking for pro staff every other corner. Basically, somebody who is doing a lot of posting, a lot of hard working, a lot of putting a lot of time into fishing, into learning fish behavior, discovering fish patterns, making a big impact in the fishing community, whether it's on a small scale, on a big scale. Not doing everything just for themselves, doing something for others, and just being a good person about it. And really, it's designed to we're gonna try to show off some big names and then some names that aren't big but deserve to be. Um, and that's the idea of this: is giving credit where credit is due, whether how small or big you are. So essentially, I'll be reaching out to these people. If they're interested, what I'll do is I'll have them in for a Skype interview, which I'll record and I'll create as my new segmented podcast on this channel called Serious Angler. Uh, so I'll be posting that podcast to my YouTube channel, so you guys can take a look at the real time what we talked about, and all that jazz. But what I'll be doing is I'll write up an article with some pictures, some media, and put it on the website I created, which I'll link down below. But also I created a Twitter, an Instagram, and a Facebook handle for this new media page. So if you guys could, I would really appreciate it if you went and followed all of these pages and liked them and just gave it some love. I'll be starting out these interviews real soon. I have a list of people already in my head. So actually, I have them down right here, and I've been contacting some people tonight to see if we can get a schedule going of interviews and posts. So yeah, I'm gonna write up a piece for them on that website. Just go check out the website as well. But I'll be writing a piece for them, a nice article explaining how that conversation went, pretty much taking what they said and making it into a well-written article for my website, as well as sharing it to my Instagram and Facebook page, where you can see all the different photos and media that they've shared that they want the public to be able to see, and I want to help them let the public see that. Twitter obviously is going to be a little bit different because I won't be able to post a full story on that Twitter post. So I'll be linking the articles from the website to that Twitter page. This is going to be awesome. I'm really excited about this because I've can't tell you how many times I've seen accounts on Facebook, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, of people that are amazing anglers that are also amazing people and are doing good for the community, but they're really not getting credit where credit is due. And I think this is an opportunity to change that. And this is where I'm starting here, and I think it's going to be an awesome thing. So I think what better way to start off by introducing myself. If people don't know too much about me, I'm going to give you guys a backstory on myself, and we'll get the ball rolling and get some people in here for some interviews. And it should be a lot of fun. I'm going to see where this goes, but I think given the right circumstance, we can take off and really make some good for the people in this fishing community. So to start, my name is Bailey EIGBRETT. I'm 21 years old. I'm currently in South Bend, Indiana. I'm originally from Rochester, New York, but I'm in Indiana right now to complete my master's degree in sport management. I'm currently an intern for the athletic department at Notre Dame. It's been my first week of work so far. It's actually been awesome. But I went to Cortland for 4 years in New York. For those who don't know, it's a small state school in New York where I got my bachelor's degree in sport management, and I'm currently pursuing my master's, as I mentioned. I swam competitively, Division III, for Cortland for those 4 years. I played hockey and lacrosse my entire life, and growing up, I was fishing and hunting all year round. I had my father, my grandfather, my uncle to thank for that. They got me into it when I was practically could walk. Um, Also, if you guys want to know a little bit more, in the website I do have a biography in there about the creator that if you guys want to go read. But yeah, let's get a little bit more into about myself. I love bass fishing. Bass fishing has been my passion for years. I really got into it when I was about 14 or 15 years old. When I'd always bass fished with my father, my brother, my family, and whatnot, and we'd always just casually go out every weekend, throwing sluggos for bass. And that's all we would throw is sluggos. If you guys don't know what a sluggo is, it's like a fluke, but a little bit different. Until I caught a bass that was over 5 pounds, and then pretty much my addiction went through the roof. I went and got my father actually purchased a nice kayak for me from Field and Stream. I sit on top that you could stand up on and everything, and that changed everything. I was going out every day I could. Pretty much if I didn't have work or if I didn't have school, I was out in the water. And I was fishing every day. If I wasn't fishing, I was researching how bass behave, researching what to use when, watching YouTube videos of pros and different avid anglers on YouTube doing different things. And that's where YouTube kind of took off for me. If I wasn't on the water, I was typically watching YouTube videos, and I was watching a multitude of different people. It was kind of crazy how much time I spent on YouTube. Probably lost a lot of sleep because of YouTube. And I'm sure a lot of you guys can say the same. But that's where it took off there, and after a while I was developing my skills, broadening my range of different equipment I was using, different techniques, and I got introduced to an action camera. I couldn't tell you the first one I had. It was a small Japanese brand type of camera, and I started recording a little bit. Well, it was nothing good whatsoever, but I was recording a little bit, and I enjoyed it a lot. And I thought, you know what, if I'm going to be out fishing all the time, why not have a camera to follow me along? And that's where I created my YouTube channel, to show different adventures I went on, different fish catches, and also just record some of the crazy stuff that happens while I'm out in the water. So that's where I started, and that's where I created my media page, EIGBRETT Outdoors, which is my only page now. Obviously not until I started a serious angler, but that's where that began. And ever since then, I'm always striving to learn. I'm always looking at YouTube videos. I'm reading articles from, Bassmaster, FLW, MLF, a bunch of different educational periodicals and articles that are posted online. I'm reading about different anglers' experiences, different techniques, different ways and different variables to take into account that can make you a better angler. That I'm always doing that, and I'm not a great angler by any means. I do catch a lot of fish, but I'm always learning. And as you can ask any experienced angler, no one is going to be perfect. Everyone is always learning. Every day on the water, you can take something from it that was different than any other day that you've been on the water, and that's something that's awesome to me. Is that fishing, you're never going to be complete. You're always going to learn something new. You're always going to have a different experience while on the water, and that's where my hunger comes from. That keeps me going. It's learning. It's finding something new, figuring out how they behave. I love days on the water where I smack them just as much as days where I don't catch anything. It might be miserable those days I don't catch anything, but it's awesome for me to sit back when I get home and realize, what did I do wrong? What could I have done differently? What minor detail did I leave out that could have made a huge difference? That's where I kind of feed off of it. That's where my mind's at. And my addiction's gone to the point where, I don't know if you guys watch any of DC Fishing, Justin Connell. He literally talks about how he gets mad because he gets mad when he's not on the lake because the fish are biting. He's not there to catch them. I relate to that hard. That is me, and that's when you know you have an addiction. But I feel like in this case, it's one that's good to have. Exactly. That's what I told you guys. What got me into fishing? What got me into YouTube, media, and I've always just had a love for media. Coming from a business background, it's just been fun. My mom's a photographer. My dad's been making websites and all this. I come from a background where all of us enjoy a lot of that, and that really kind of fueled my fire and experience into that. And so that's really about me. I don't have too many questions. I'm sure down the road I'll redo this and I'll actually have somebody else sitting and asking me the questions rather than me just kind of spitballing to you guys. But there were some segments on here that I wanted to ask people. Not a segment, but a fun question little part of the video. And so I have 3 questions right now that are fun questions. If you have anything you guys want me to ask in the future, put it down in the comments, because I think it could add a cool twist to the seriousness of these interviews, but something that's going to be a little bit different from fishing. But here goes. So I have, for the first question, if you were sitting at a round table with 3 other people of your choosing, who are you picking? And it can be anyone. This one I found it interesting that I think to ask people, because everyone has a different answer. But for me, if I were to pick 3 different people, and it's not going to be my family, sorry guys if you're watching, I would have to choose, and I know I'm going to get some hate for this, Sidney Crosby, the Pittsburgh Penguins. He's been my idol since probably 2005, since he entered the NHL. I'll take the hate for it. I'd go Sidney Crosby, and then, I'd probably have to go Brandon Polnick, just because he seems like an awesome guy and he seems pretty funny. And one of my goals is to have him on this show. Brandon Polnick, just because the dude just catches fish everywhere, so it'd be cool to pick his brain. Because he's young, but he's so versatile. And the third one, oh boy, third person, it's gonna be tough. If I had to pick a third person, I'd probably pick Scott Martin. Just because the guy's seen so many different things in this fishing industry, been a part of so many different other things, that it'd be cool to hear his stories as well. My biggest thing is I like stories. I like hearing about different experiences and whatnot, and picking people's brains. I think that would be awesome to speak to him about his fishing experiences, coming from the family he's from, being all around the country fishing, being a part of a bunch of different organizations and companies, and the dude just has to know a lot. I'm sure he does know a lot, and so that'd probably be the 3 I would choose. I'm sure that'll change the next time I'm asked that question, but as of right now, that's who I would sit with. And then I have, for next question number 2, favorite technique and why. Favorite technique, I would have to go. Everybody loves topwater, frog fishing, punching, like flipping and everything. I love flipping. Don't get me wrong, I love topwater, but I would have to go for a clear water jerkbait bite for smallmouth. There's something about a jerkbait bite that just gets me fired up. It makes my adrenaline go crazier than anything else. That's what I would probably do, and that's one thing about being here in Notre Dame is I can go up to St. Clair or Lake Michigan this fall. Hopefully I can go up there and get on some slob smallmouth. That would be awesome. And now my third question. This one's good. This one's probably the one I'm going to be most excited for, is most memorable fishing story. And this one I probably would have to pick my first boat tournament ever. And this was, I think I was a senior in high school. I think it was the summer of my senior year in high school. I had started getting into tournaments. I had only done a couple kayak tournaments before this, and then my buddy Nate Woislaw, who you guys have probably seen on my page, we decided to do a boat tournament at Canisius Lake. And we had gone pre-fishing the day before. And typically pre-fishing, you're supposed to not catch a lot of fish, but we put together a 20-pound bag just because why not? We went out catching topwater, frogs along docks, flipping, and we sat there with 20 pounds and practiced. Yeah, it's going to be a good day. We went out the next morning, and the topwater bite where we had it before, the day before, was good. We limited quick, but they weren't as big as the day before. I caught 1 3 or 4 pounder on a frog, and then storms rolled in, and everything just went kind of quiet, and the bite slowed. It's topwater, we weren't catching anything. We weren't catching flipping docks. Wind picked up a little bit, but we found a cove that we've never tried before. We just went junk fishing, and we'd assumed because storms rolled in that they're going to be a little skittish. They're probably not going to be as fired up as they usually be. So my buddy started flipping a wacky rig around. I tried to throw, it was a yum dinger. That's what we caught him on, a green pumpkin yum dinger, Texas rig that I tossed out on a weed edge on a drop off where it goes from about 8 foot to 15 foot. And I tossed this out, and literally it was the first cast I caught, probably a 2-pounder, so it wasn't big to do. 2 casts later, I caught a 3.5, and then my buddy caught 4. And then it was the next cast after that, I caught a 5.8. And that's when we were like, okay, we found the pattern. We're sticking to this. And there's only an hour left, and we won that tournament in the last hour on that one little area that was probably 50-yard stretch. Just throwing soft plastic, weightless Texas rig, on that drop off, and that's what won us that tournament. But one of our fish, our 3.5, is because he had I think it's a 16-foot aluminum polar craft is what we were in. We got to the launch. We realized one of our 4-pounders was dead. And there's nothing more than I hate them dead bass. So we were pretty distraught from that. But we knew we had a good bag. We knew we at least had 20 pounds. And a lot of guys had weighed in. And there was one team that was 20 pounds. Another team that was 21. And we were like, oh, maybe we'll get top 5. And we went up to weigh in. And the guy says, oh, dead fish. I think it was a pound penalty or half a pound penalty. I can't remember our actual bag weight if that fish was alive, but it was over 22 pounds. But they had read off the poundage. They said 21.6 with the dead fish. So we thought it was below 21, but apparently it was 22, so it turned into 21. And we had no idea. We thought we had like second or third, but we were still pretty hyped because we had a good day. It was our first boat tournament ever. And they read off third place. I'm like, oh, probably got second. And then they read off another team for second, and we're like, well, we didn't get DQ'd. I turned my buddy name. I'm like, holy crap, did we just win? And they read off our names. That feeling of winning a tournament, especially the first one, it was unreal. And since then, I haven't won any more boat tournaments, but I have won a few kayak tournaments. I've placed a lot of top 3s in kayak tournaments. It's been a lot of fun. I love tournament fishing. I'm just very competitive natured in general. So that's probably my most memorable fishing memory. Yeah. You get the gist. But basically that's what these interviews are going to be. Sorry, I'm shaking the table on you. These interviews are going to be a lot longer than that. But I didn't really know what I wanted to describe myself with. I wanted to give you a little bit of background and then answer the 3 fun questions. But that's basically what I'm going to dwell into in these podcasts is just asking a bunch of different questions about their fishing, their lifestyle, whatever it may be, having some fun with it, and just really doing this to better the anglers and give some recognition where it's due. And I'm really looking forward to this. I hope you guys go down and check out the Facebook account, Instagram, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're not already. Follow along with these segments and my other fishing videos I post, as well as that Twitter account if you have it. Go like those, go subscribe, comment, reach out. I love to see people even go in the comments and recommend people I should interview. I would love that because that's patting your buddy on the back or someone you don't even know on the back, but you know that's been working hard and doing well. And I'm really looking forward to carrying on with this. I think it's going to be a fun thing. So if you guys like this, go down, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel if you're not already. The people that I'll interview, do the same thing. Go to their different profiles, their YouTube channels, whatever they have. Like their stuff. Show them some support. And I hope you guys enjoy this. That's my biggest thing is I hope you guys enjoy this, and I hope there's some benefit that comes out of it for these anglers I interview. Because I know I'm going to have fun. I love anything media. I love just talking fishing. So this is going to be – I'm not worried about me. This is gonna be awesome. So I hope you guys enjoy, and we'll see you real soon.